My audio is muted. The audio is muted. Oh, thank you, Amber. I love you. That's awesome. Maybe I'll go back in YouTube and we'll edit out the first 5 minutes of my stream. What is up, YouTube and all my fish keeping friends? How is everybody doing out there in Fish Tank Land? I hope you guys are enjoying this Sunday afternoon. It's a little wet and rainy here, cloudy. It's actually not rainy. It's like acting like it wants to rain, but it's not really. It hasn't rained. We have a couple. I call it like spitting. It's been a little bit of some drops, some random drops. The so we'll start all over here, and I'm gonna go edit that stuff out afterwards and post. Let's see. We have Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics, Tampa Tom Fishing. We have Crown Tail Aquatics. So many awesome people up in here. We have my lovely fish keeping nerd girlfriend, Big City Betas, Amber. How are you? Good to see you downstairs cooking food, working in the kitchen, and lurking in the chat. William Jansen, thank you for throwing out all of the links and stuff. I do appreciate that. I appreciate everybody's support. That's really, today I really just kind of been thinking about all of the awesome people that have supported me through this and support me all the time, just behind the scenes with, helping me out with stuff, giving me advice or sharing their help with video editing or graphics and stuff like that. I just really appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate all of the friendships that I have created in this community here on the platform as well. I love Jesse Fish spelled it out for me. I appreciate that, Chevy Fish. Sometimes things need to be spelled out for me. Yeah. Aqua Balls, how are you? Ginger Graves, what is up? Tiffany White. So I have all my members up in here, and not all, but I have a lot of awesome members up in here and moderators. I appreciate all of you. I've been going through and looking at some of the those other platforms and looking like at my Patreon and stuff, and I have to say I really appreciate everybody's engagement. Ginger Graves, always, commenting and saying stuff over there on Patreon. I really appreciate it. William Jansen as well. I do appreciate that. But, a lot of there's a lot of hard work going on here in the house. There's a lot of hard work to be done to get us where we want to be completely. And it's, it's a slow process, and we realize that. But my point is that just the motivation and the support from you all out there definitely helps make all of this happen. And that's that little bit of push, the little bit of fire under the butt sometimes even to get things done. Just that little extra push, that little extra motivation is awesome. Streetwise, what's up, Jason? How are you? Good to see you here. Gonna listen while you drive. Definitely drive safe. Drive safe. Dan Slee, how are you? Good to see you here. I really do appreciate all of your little bits of information and stuff, and picking your brain. I appreciate all that. Danikin Aquatics, new member, silver level member. So we're gonna be doing some member live streams. I realized that YouTube, I realized this a while ago, YouTube is not on my side right now. I've kind of, whether my fault or not, but Danikin Aquatics, there it comes, finally comes a little delayed, but thank you so much for the silver level membership. I do appreciate that. And what I was getting at is Amber and I are going to start doing some more live streams. I just want to get it, I have to get it in the books, so to speak, or get it on the schedule and posted on YouTube sooner, or people don't eat my members, even though people are literally spending money. YouTube is not giving people notifications for whatever reasons. They're not sending them out. Amber's a member, gold level member for me, for my channel, and she did not get a notification. I went live for like 15 minutes the other day. For members, nobody was there for 15 minutes. I was so bummed. Like, I just went off by myself. Amber left me alone for like 2 hours. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I sat in the chat for 10 minutes. Nobody was there. Anyways, not trying to complain, but it is what it is. And I feel like I need to get on the ball, keep this stuff more scheduled and more consistent. And I think that will help for sure. YouTube will recognize you when you do that. And on top of that, I want you guys to be able to know about it ahead of time as I ramble on here. So in the future here, like this next week, I want to do a members live stream. I'll give you guys a good 5-7 days heads up in YouTube's algorithm as well, so that you guys will get the notifications like you should get it. And we're going to do some fun stuff. I want to do some extra stuff because you guys kind of missed out. My members missed out on last month's live stream because of technical stuff, and just nothing happened. And I feel really bad about that. So we're going to have to double time it here in August for sure. Let's see here. Guppy Guru, how are you? Another member. Good to see you up here in the chat. So many awesome members have been here. HC Aqua as well. Thank you so much. So I've got notifications on here on Streamlabs. I used to have it. I don't know what happened. It came off, but I thought it'd be fun because, back in the day when I did set up the notifications for like super chats or for like members or some new subscribers and stuff, I went and searched for these really cool, what I thought were cool fish emojis, and luckily Streamlabs OBS keeps everything on the cloud, so they were all still on my cloud. But for some reason, notifications got turned off. So just like how I had a new member, it popped up on the screen. For everything, that stuff should all pop up on the screen. So it's kind of, I'm happy that that works again. Let's see. So Amber's got stuff going on in the chat. I appreciate her throwing out good information too. She's like keeping me on point here with stuff. Yeah, the Circle City swap is coming up next Saturday. I believe that's August 8th. And as long as it still happens, we're going to try to be, it's kind of like the social distancing swap. They're calling it like a trunk sale. So people kind of be all in the parking lot. People can wear masks, do what they need to do, kind of social distancing, but we can still have the opportunity to do stuff. And that actually is really interesting. It brings me to something cool that just happened recently, and it's just I kind of keep it simple and basic for everybody's privacy. But we're very lucky. I think it's pretty cool to have a neighbor that is also pretty good advanced fish keeper. And it's really interesting to have that opportunity. So is while observing social distancing, I emailed him, and he hooked me up with some new plants. Well, not new plants. Well, some of them, one species is new to me, but I had some Sterogen ripens. There was some dwarf hairgrass, not dwarf hairgrass. It was like a dwarf sage, and they were in quarantine. And then I also have a giant hairgrass, and he put them in a bag and hung them on the fence. And I just went out in the backyard and grabbed them off the fence, and then we hooked them up today with some vegetables from the garden. Hung the bag on the fence, kind of as a little trade. So that's pretty cool. That was fun, but just another kind of way to just bringing that up because it's just a way where we can kind of still kind of share this hobby, even though we have to do this social distancing thing, or it is a responsible thing to do anyways. We can still kind of share in the hobby because, we've been sending fish and plants in the mails anyways for a long time. So it's still cool that we can kind of still enjoy this hobby. And even though we're kind of stuck at home like this, if anything, we get to enjoy it more, right? Our tanks should all be like clean, honestly, unless we're, well, depending on your situation. Anyways, as I ramble on, I want to thank you again for William Jansen for throwing out the links. That's really awesome. He's throwing out links to my my Amazon. Which one is that? Is that my Amazon shop? Okay, I got my Amazon shop, and then I have my Amazon wish list. My Amazon wish list, I don't know where it went. It existed somewhere on on lots of my videos, but it still exists. I think it's still linked properly. But my Amazon wish list that I have is all, right now, it's all tissue culture stuff. Lab related stuff for tissue culture cloning or like stuff like that. I was like, I can't afford all this stuff right now, and if I'm gonna I might as well throw it up there in my wish list. So family, if somebody wants me a Christmas present or birthday present or something like that, it's there on that wish list. That's the best way I'm gonna get anything right now. Let's see, Pamela Penchy Paints, how are you? Good to see you up in the chat. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. I'm sure people are probably doing some water changes today and just hanging out. Building our brand. What's up, Melvin? Good to see you here. So let's see. Yeah, more than anything, I just want to say thank you to you guys just for this, and I want to, I don't want to say thank you to YouTube in a way, but I do. I mean, we're lucky either way, whether or not YouTube actually gives me the support I'd like them to give or suggest me the way I'd like them to suggest me. I'm grateful for this community. I'm grateful for everybody here because we've made a lot of good friends here, and we have the opportunity still to share stuff like trading plans with some people in here. There's some and just Jason, me, there's so many. Anyways, I could ramble on, but it's just been awesome. It's just been awesome to have this community to share. So let's see. In the end, I'm trying to figure out better ways to film around the house because for my phone, I even used what was it, a Rode mic, right? I had the Rode Mic Pro hooked up to my phone, and we were streaming in the garage, and it was horrible. And I think part of it was because of the internet connection, and it was just they were, breaking it down and watering down my feed because I'm coming from a phone. So I don't know how we're going to do that. I was going through my phone and then through Streamlabs, through Zoom too. So maybe that had something to do with it. That probably damaged some of my resolution as well. Let's see. Any questions from anybody? I know that Amber's keeping an eye on questions in the chat in case I miss a question or anything like that. It's just cool to see so many of my members and also some of my awesome moderators here today as well. You'll see there's another tank kind of in the edge over here in the corner. You'll see a little tank hanging out. That's Amber came to me the other day and she said that she needed a spot for her sand boa for just a couple of days while she's moving things around. And I grew up with snakes in the house. I have no problem with having a snake. I didn't think twice about it. And you hardly ever see him. The snake just like hides in the sand, and every once in a while, his head just pokes up out of the sand. His or her, I'm not sure. But it's been interesting having another animal in the office, but very uninvasive, that's for sure. Priscilla MK Arts, how are you? Good to see you in the chat. Another one of my members as well. Let's see where we got. So we were in the garden. Well, I was in the garden with Amber. Amber was doing the harvesting, and I just hung out with a cup of coffee and talked to her and kept her company while she was doing it. But we were in the garden today for a little bit, kind of trying to dodge the sprinkles of rain. It looks like it's going to pour any minute. It's one of those days, and you get these gusts of wind, but at least it's a cool day for me. I'm happy with the cool temperatures, so that works for me. Oh, Guppy Guru just got your t-shirt. Awesome. Yeah, I saw the sale on my Teespring account, and yeah, you got this shirt. Very cool. The JH Aquatic shirt. Very cool. I'm working on some stickers. So something I was trying to do, because financially it's feasible for me to handle this. It's not that bad to be sending out stickers. Right now, I'm kind of watching the money, and do we get this all everything in order here? But what I wanted to do is I was looking through like Patreon and my members here on YouTube, like looking at my settings and stuff like that or whatever. I was just thinking that I have these stickers still. I have some stickers that Jadwin hooked me up with. He gave me so many of them that they've lasted for almost, well, we're working on 2.5 years with these stickers. So I feel like I should have them gone by now as far as I'm concerned. So first and foremost, before I pass them on to anybody else, I'd like to make sure that any of my members, any of my moderators, or any of my Patreons, any of those three, if you're one of my members, moderators, or Patreons, if you contact me privately, I'm going to put together a list and I'm going to get my stickers out. Because I feel like, I'm almost 16,000 subscribers, and I did share with people some of my stickers, but, you look... I feel like you guys deserve them. I mean, it was awesome that Jadron hooked me up with those stickers, but I feel like they shouldn't be sitting here in a Ziploc bag collecting dust or whatever. They should be in the hands of other people, people that want them. So if you're interested in them, if you're one of my members, moderators, or one of my Patreon subscribers, definitely hit me up, DM me on some kind of media platform, one of the ones, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, and we'll take care of that. Aquaman, how are you? Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you here on this awesome Sunday afternoon. I got no fans on. It's cool enough that I don't have to... Normally I would try to hide a fan somewhere in the distance so I can get a little bit of some circulation. So this... I'm really excited to have this giant hairgrass. I've never had it before, and it looks like there was a hitchhiker of some kind of a liverwort. I saw this little bit of a liverwort, unless that's the seed pods or something that are part of this giant hairgrass that I don't know about. But we'll see how that goes down. I'm excited to have that. I did plant that. And then this tank back here behind me that's glowing over here behind me, behind my chair. I've been having fun there with that. It's been my plant nursery for a lot of my stem plants that I'm excited to that made it here and didn't melt in the first place. And then my neighbor and some other people, Dan Slee, have been hooking me up with some stem plants. And so that's some Ludwigias, some different Rotulas, Sterogen Rippins. I believe I'm supposed to have Pogo Stem and Helferi. I'm waiting for it to grow. I'm waiting for it to transition, I believe. I want to see if it transitions. It's either that or we got the wrong plant. Because it doesn't look like Pogo Stemons right now. Unless other people know about Pogo Stemons, if maybe when it's immersed, it looks more like a hygrophila. Because it looks like a hygrophila of some kind right now. But it was purchased, and even the tissue culture on the website, I'm not going to say any names just out of respect, but the tissue culture on the website looks like it does now. Kind of like a hygrophila leaf, even rounded on the ends. No ripple in the leaf like Pogostem and Helferi has. So I don't know. Maybe it looks like that when it's immersed or in tissue culture, and then once it gets converted in high light, it starts to ripple up, and the leaves get a little pointier, and it stays really, really short. But I've never been very successful with pogo stemons, or I would probably know the answer to that already. Let's see. I see all kinds of chat going on. All kinds of chat going on. Once again, thank you, William Jansen, for throwing out the Teespring. I was thinking about some other ideas. Someone to throw in the idea at me about doing face masks. I think that's X because that doesn't make sense. I might, but that seems just odd. I don't want to profit off of anything like that. But I it just doesn't make sense. It seems like just a touchy subject. But I want to do a hat. I want to do a JH Aquatics hat, more than likely with this logo, like a white embroidered emblem with the blue-green, like it is on my deals. Redfish Blue, what's up, Jason? Thank you for becoming a member. Very awesome silver level member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome to the club. Let's see. But yeah, a hat would be nice because honestly, I want a hat. I've been wearing this hat for like 3 years on YouTube. I have 3 of these hats. I have 3 of them, but I'm kind of over it. A little, not really over it. I just would like a hat with my own. I want to be wearing my own brand. I want brand, not necessarily brand, but my own channel logo. Mike Howe from the Fish Tank Barn. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, the super sticker super chat. Thank you so much, sir. I really do appreciate that. The dancing pair looks like that pair is having a party. Looks like that pair is having a party. Let's see here. Yeah. So I got to do a hat. A hat would be nice. I think probably like in this like denim blue kind of thing. I think that's kind of more my style. Kind of more classic, old school thing. I don't know. Let's see. What's going on? Anything else going on? So you guys saw the hashtag FishFam News. I'm changing it up a little bit more as I go. I've been slowly kind of evolving with it. I didn't want to just wait until it was like perfect to come back out with the hashtag FishFam News again. It was something, obviously, if you, for those of you that have been around on the platform for a while, you guys know that I was originally, I did the hashtag FishFam News like the first year, 2 years pretty much of my channel. And then at a point, just a lot of thoughts and a lot of things going on in my life too. The news, I stopped it. I didn't know if it was where it was going kind of thing. And I stopped. And people forever have always been begging me to bring it back. I even had IFG on like Instagram. He's like, bring the hashtag FishFam News back. That was like this morning, I think. And Amber's like, it came out yesterday. But it was really cool. And, to have people like saying, where's the news? So obviously that's why I brought it back. But I wanted it to be different. I want it to be more than, no offense to the community here on YouTube, but I want to be able to give some shout outs and spotlight up and coming channels, younger channels here on the platform, but I wanted to make it bigger than YouTube. Really, I want to share more of world fish keeping news, a little bit more of the science behind, and a little bit of environmentalism and ecology too, about caring for these animals and their natural environments and protecting their natural environments. More of a sustainable hobby kind of stuff. A little bit. I'm not an activist. I don't, I was when I was younger, or at least I thought I was an activist. But screaming and yelling loud is not always the answer. Sometimes it's smarter to just educate. Education is the answer, and I've learned that the hard way multiple times, I think, in a row. But education is the key, and that's kind of where this whole channel came from. But I don't know where I'm ranting off to, but this is all a labor of love, and it's just about sharing the knowledge. I think that's more than anything as I rant off and get lost. Let's see. Thank you again, Mike Howe, for the $4.99 super chat. I do want to thank you again, and to the new members as well, Jason, which has been so supportive. I appreciate Jason so much and steering me in the right direction in regards to micropropagation of aquatic plants, and it's. I'd have to say that if people and other people here in the community, thank you to all of you as well, that didn't say like, you need to talk to Jason. And I was like, finally, okay, even Amber. And it was like, I would probably have been in the rabbit hole that I've gone down would have probably been a lot darker and a lot more stressful and painful if I did not take the advice and get the awesome, the information from, the education from Jason. I appreciate all his support and motivation to actually keep going too, because It's science projects. Anybody who wants to get into tissue culture, you're probably not going to because, yeah, it's a painful thing. I'm sure it's stressful because there's a failure rate and you have to be okay with that. Let's see here. Sounds like the great plans involved in the news. Yes, yes, yeah. I want to just take it a little bit more. I want to give people something more than just talking about channels on YouTube. And that's no offense to anybody, but I want to give so because okay, so a lot of us might see these other channels. So at a certain point, even for the people here on the platform, so that you guys get more entertainment out of it, I need to share with stuff that you guys probably don't know about. You might have saw that video that I shared on the news, but you might not know this about this fish or this aquarium doing this something special, or this nonprofit organization doing something good. So that's where I gotta I knew that if I was gonna come back with the Fish Fam news, I needed to take it to another place, just for myself, so it was more challenging and enjoyable for me, and so that I felt like it was had more value for you guys, for sure, for everyone, anybody who wants to watch it. Yeah. Yeah, because I did put a lot of work into it. I still do. That's why I only want to do it once a month now, because I want to I put the time into it as well and make it once a month, quality instead of quantity kind of thing as well. Let's see. There's so many episto fry, Amber says, and that is true. Things are good. There was a moment that we were a little, just I don't know. There was when I first got here, things were a little quiet in the fish room, I guess is what I'm saying. And right now, things are not quiet, and it's really nice to see all the fish happy and excited to breed and spawn. And Amber has been coming up with some. She's been doing her research and keep taking her notes and recording her information, and she's seeing her patterns and stuff. And I really admire watching her be a little citizen scientist of her own and her notebooks and walking around like she's got her school books around the house, in her arm with her pen and paper and all her stuff. And it's for a fish nerd like me, it's attractive. We'll just say that it's attractive to see that, and I admire her passion and her hard work with the fish right now. And it's cool to see her come back to me, taking information and coming back to me with conclusions, with an abstract, with an actual so this and this has happened, and I've come to find this is the fact, or this is probably, this is, anyways, it's really cool. It's really cool to see things come to fruition. The keeping records and keeping things on paper and keeping track of what you're doing definitely pays off. I'm learning that too with the tissue culture. Anything like that, any kind of scientific method or process is going to involve some taking notes and keeping track of stuff, or no one's going to remember everything, for sure. I'm trying to check out the chat and see if there's any questions from people. There's a question. Mikey M. Everybody just direct your questions to Amber. Even though she's not here in the room, she's here in the house moderating the chat. She's not. I didn't want to, and I think she even started to get ready. I didn't want her to, she wants to, for me, I don't care. I put on a t-shirt and do my thing, and it's not, no offense, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but females want you to dress, put her makeup on and do her thing. And I didn't want her to have to go through that. And then she was already kind of working on it, but I was like, no, I didn't want you to have to take the day off, just chill out. She's already made 2 awesome meals today, and she plans on making her 3rd one. So she doesn't have to sit here and do this right now and, get dressed up and all that stuff. Let's see. Susie Q from Q Aquatics. How are you? Good to see you here as well. Look forward to checking out your stream later today. I'm loving that pond. That pond is looking so nice. Kind of jealous. We're not in a situation here where we can do that, as we've got our tubs and stuff, and that's, more for profit. But of course, Amber and I both talk about the dreamy idea of doing stuff, and we look forward to a future in maybe a place like Florida, where we can actually have that temperate zone, but still be in the continental United States, and be able to have some outdoor, some actual ponds with landscaping and stuff like that. So it's nice to see what you got, and see the story as that pond has evolved. That's been fun to watch that. It's looking good out there, that's for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to watch the chat. I just want to hang out with you guys. That's what I was like, Amber, but just I want to kind of I try to always, everybody wants me to don't try to read the chat. Don't worry about the chat. Just, but at the same time, I've always tried to like get better at it. Get better at keeping track of what's going on in the chat, your questions, what's going on, what you guys think about things. And that brings me to my thumbnail. My thumbnail really is like, what's next? There's a lot going on here in the house. We've got all kinds of projects going on, but I'm curious not more like what's next, because I know we got all kinds of stuff next, but the question is more to you guys, what you would like to see next. And I actually, I want to know from my members too, privately. Like I'm going to be posting something here like tonight for my members, and I'm curious from them specifically, first and foremost, because you guys are definitely like literally financially supporting me. So I'm curious what you'd like to see from us. You guys know what we're trying to do, what Amber and I are trying to do here in the house. You know our goals and our kind of our dreams and aspirations here to, creating a business doing what we love, which is not just keeping fish and selling fish. We both have a passion for breeding fish and for creating those environments and those biotope tanks, those nature tanks that are going to stimulate these, put these fish in that position to want to spawn and breed for us naturally without forcing or anything too much. And then creating clean and healthy livestock. I think that's our biggest goal too. And we've talked about it. I think we're at a point though now where it's like we really need to talk about it, because there's gonna be fish available very soon. I know that Amber and I don't want to come across like we're trying to like just hawk and sell stuff, like so many people do try to do. But in the end, that is what we're trying to do. We do a lot of our goal, and Amber's done a lot of business on Aquabid, and our goal is to definitely use that as one of our main outlets. But definitely be able to share stuff with you guys as well. And I'd like to come up with some way without it being weird or feel too wrong to do it, where maybe I can offer some kind of specials or discounts to my members for up and coming livestock. I look forward to trying to do something like that as well. And Amber's got stuff going on her channel, so she'll be offering things through her channel. She's working on her lines of betta fish, and she's gonna have those available over there too. So we're getting to that point though where we're gonna start talking about our fish, because we have to move them. It's what our goal and our dream has been. That's why we got this house and why I sold and got rid of everything that I own and came here to the mainland and up here to what can be super cold, almost Arctic weather here in Vermont, is to live out our dreams and to do what we love and make it our livelihood if we can. It's either that or we both have to start getting paid to make content for other people or get day jobs somewhere else. But either way, we're gonna, I digress. We're gonna start showing stuff to you, that's for sure, and like making some things available as well. It's a work in progress as well. And I don't think Amber and I wanted to be like, buy stuff from us, because we really don't have anything to sell yet. I mean, we have it, but it's not ready. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Another member as well. He said another Patreon. I see my Patreon's in here as well. Mark Von Wisco. How are you? Good to see you here. William Jansen, a Patreon. I'm going to get into that here in a minute. I want to go through some of my members and my Patreons and stuff like that as well. Because I really do appreciate everybody's support in the last few months. Some of y'all's support has been really, really helpful with getting here. Let's see here. I'm looking for question marks. I try to look for question marks to stand out, but I know I got Amber downstairs in the kitchen. I think you're out in the garage probably. We've been painting tanks in the garage. Like I said, we tried to go live. That wasn't the best thing. We got to figure out something different. Come on a different camera thing or something. Or maybe do stuff from Amber's laptop or something. I'm sure it would work fine from her laptop. Let's see. Ginger Graves is chatting with Amber. Aqua Balls. Putting on some nice babies next 55 days. Yeah, definitely. It's been interesting too to see a lot of hobbyists have been selling their livestock lately just because of the being in the situation right now. It's definitely a form of income, and since everybody's kind of been stuck at home for a lot more time than they probably like to, so it's been interesting seeing a lot of people having the opportunity to get rid of some of their private stock from their hobby. It's been awesome to see that going on. And yeah, I've been trying to get some fish for some friends, some people out here too that have lots of stuff too that are starting to go hard as well with their breeding. Jesse from HC Aqua, I saw that you referred to the backyard as the fish farm, which it most definitely is. I look forward to getting some guppies from you very soon. I definitely look forward to that. Another thing we got going on here in about a week or so now, we're gonna be in Indiana, which is obviously where the Circle City Aquarium Club is, and we're gonna be going there. The main reason we're going there is to pick up some discus from Lucas Brett. Um, he offered them up, and we're definitely going to take him up on those. Amber and I both have. I think a lot of people would love to breed discus. I'm a little intimidated by it because I think at least the way people talk about breeding discus, it kind of makes it a little bit of an intimidating thing. People are always talking about how clean things needs to be and this and that and the politics because they are a cichlid and that kind of thing. But uh, Amber and I both have always wanted to breed them, and obviously it's a beautiful fish, just beautiful fish, and so that's gonna be cool. So we're gonna go there and to do that, and I look forward to trying to set up some live streaming events and stuff either while we're like road tripping or if we do any kind of like fish store tours or fish room tours. I know I'm going to get to see what Haley's got going on in the basement over there at Oddball Aquatics. She's got stuff going on. I think we're going to be doing, we can't film it because it's behind closed doors and it's a commercial business like that, but I believe we're going to be doing a tour of aquatic arts. So that's going to be interesting. I would like to see their facility and how they run it and maintain everything. That's pretty cool to be able to see the behind the scenes, whether I can film it or not. So that's going to be fun. I look forward to doing that as well. And let's see, going through the chat. Uh, okay, what is the breed? What is what is breeding ATM? And I should know the abbreviation. And what does ATM mean? And I know that shows you my age. I feel like it's like shows my age. I don't know why. I don't know what ATM means. But someone's gonna make me feel stupid when they tell me because I know I shouldn't probably know that. But and then William Jansen was sharing a question that somebody else was asking. What's the next thing to breed? We got the pistos have been going now because they work fine in their tanks the way they are, and we've been swapping them around. I want to breed some tetra. Right now, what's next for me personally? I set up a tank for my blue tetras. That video is going to be coming out tomorrow. If I stay up all night and finish this edit that I've been working on, that should be done already. So I should have a video out tomorrow. It's going to be out tomorrow. I'm going to stay up and get it done. But I escaped a new tank and I'm letting it cycle right now, but for my blue tetras so that I can get them breeding again because I have a little bit of a demand. People are asking for them, but as far as I know, I'm probably the only person in the United States that's breeding those in captivity right now that I know of. I know other people that have been searching for them and they found me because they've gone to everybody else trying to find them, and I know all those people too, and I know what they have, and I know they don't have them either, and so they finally got to me. But anyways, I would love to be able to share some of these eventually, and I would love to see them in the hobby. That would be really cool because it is one of those interesting things. Amber doesn't even believe it's a true tetra. It's called a Tittocharex tambapatensis, but the female is internally fertilized. She's inseminated, and then she goes off and lays the eggs, sticky eggs, and scatters them on the underside of leaves and on hard surfaces. So it's not a trait of a tetra. A few things about it don't really say tetra. So it's one of them interesting things. So we're trying to figure that out, and I'm playing with that still, and I'm writing, trying to record information and get some information on paper because I've had the opportunity to observe things that nobody else has. Whether they've observed it, they haven't written about it and shared it with anybody in regards to the behaviors of these fish and things like that. I am rambling on, but that's the next thing that I'd like to breed personally. Other tetras, there's some Resporas as well that I'd be interested in getting breeding just to breed them myself. Like Amber's already bred some of this stuff. That's the interesting thing here. The dynamics is some of this stuff Amber's already got it, like it notched it off just to like have the notch on the belt to say I bred that fish, and I haven't. And I know some people are gonna want some of those fish, not as much. It might be harder to get rid of them, but some of them I want to breed just because, at least once, so that I can be like, yeah, I bred that Respora. I bred that just for the experience and the knowledge. There's a lot of experience that can be learned by breeding the different species, and so I look forward to getting on some of that. So I think what will happen is, as people, there's a demand for some of these other species that maybe Amber's already bred. I get to take on that because then I'll be able to do it from start. She can give me the advice how to do it, and I can go on and do it, and it'd be cool. I can make a video about it too. I can make content about it and be like, okay, I'm gonna breed this, this chili Respora, or whatever it might. Amber's already done it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm kind of jealous of her, some of the stuff that she's accomplished. For 30 years old when it comes to in the fish hobby. John, how are you? Good to see you here. I don't know if you've been here for a while, but I feel like you probably had to be here for a while, but I feel like I just seen your name in the chat. But what's up? Sharpies, Models, and Aquatics. How are you? It was good to make your chat there for a little while. Let me get up in this. If I can do this without causing without getting myself in trouble and showing the wrong things I don't want to show any personal information from stuff. I think everything's set up right to rock and roll on this. And I just want to go through this really quick. Well, let me see. I'll fix this a little bit. Yeah, let's do that for a minute. Let's do this real quick. I just want to share this with you guys real quick because I appreciate everybody's support. And I just want to give people a little bit of a shout out because I feel like I have not. And I want people to know that I do appreciate them. I've had a lot of people. I'm not showing any of that private stuff here, but I've had a lot of people that have been supporting me for like over a year and more, as not here as members, but on my Patreon, and that's what I'm going to share that with you guys as well. So I just want to go through these names just out of support and appreciation, for your support. I want to share of the awesome people that really do support me and help keep this thing rocking and rolling, quite literally. We have Tiffany White, we have Priscilla MK Arts, I still like to call it, Chrissy Poland. We have Daryl Deemer. I have the Zen Ginger. Thank you so much. Bob Kaler from Kaler's Aquatics. Thank you. We have LRB Aquatics. Aquarium. What did he change his name? I'm not even going to touch it. Let's see. He keeps changing his name. We have Chattanooga Ed. I have the Constant Aquarist. William Jansen. Big City Betas. Thank you. We have Ginger Graves. Thank you so much. We have Mike Howe from the Fish Tank Barn and James from Fish Room Fever. I want to thank all of you for all of your support as members here, everything you guys do. And that support is the motivation. It's that fire that helps kind of push this all along too. I really do appreciate it. And I just want you guys to know that today, because I feel like it's been a while since I've actually said thank you. And then besides that, I'm gonna go through the other stuff real quick with you guys. Did that just come across like that? Oh, it did. It didn't work out right, but it worked out right. Anyways, we fixed it. Anyways, I want to go through my Patreons as well with you guys really quick because some of my Patreons are in here. They're also some of my moderators. They help me so much to, just do stuff. It's like William Jansen and some of the other folks in here, some of my other moderators in here that really do support me and keep the chat rolling even. We have Mark Von Wisco. Thank you so much. We have Deanna Somerville, good friend of mine, retired park ranger, good friend of mine. I didn't see her today, but I really appreciate all her support. Friend of mine from the U.S. Virgin Islands there, from St. John, from Love City. We have Ginger Graves. We have Mike Howe, Candy Overhauls. Thank you for all your support for the whole community, Candy. We have Keith Boardley. We have Carrie from Science Gal Aquatics. Pax. He's been one of my Patreons for since the very beginning, Pax. We have Daryl Deemer. I have LRB Aquatics. We have James Hirsch. And last but not least, we have Jesse from HC Aqua. Thank you guys so much for all of your support and for so much support for so long. I have some of you Patreons out there, and some have been around for quite a while. And I thank you so very much for all of your support and the motivation that comes with that. So let me get back to the whole chat. Katie, almost living the dream. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the this awesome chat full of Fish Tam community. Anyways, so my old logo. Jesse says, yeah, it's still on. I guess that's the logo you probably have set for your Patreon account still, huh? You haven't changed that. You got to change it up. Got to update your Patreon logo. Alrighty. Yeah, so we're gonna do some up and coming changes to the hashtag FishFam News for sure, because I want it to be fun for everyone. I do want to work a little bit with some of my members and some of my Patreons and taking on some information from them as they, supply me with some content if they find interesting things throughout the news and stuff. At this point, I'm willing to take some information from them. People can DM me through like Instagram or Facebook or something like that. With just like anything cool coming up with fish clubs in the United States, things that are, they should be shared, any kind of nonprofit organizations, any kind of groups of people that are doing things to support fish keeping in the hobby or in the wild, alike. Fish Streams, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so Crown Tail Half Moon asked about the, let me go ahead and get back to this main screen. Thank you guys, once again, thank you to all of my members and to all of my patrons. Thank you guys so much. And I will be throwing out some links here for upcoming things going on for some member live streams. That's coming up. You guys just definitely keep your eyes out for that stuff. I wanted to respond to Crown Tail Half Moon. Is asking me how the plant tissue cultures are going. The only experiment that I've done so far has been with the Hookeraceae moss, known as rare moss, and it's not technically tissue culture cloning. It's just really just micropropagation under in vitro or aseptic and methods is what I was trying to do, but it's really hard to clean moss. I was going to say moth. And it was funny because I was thinking I wanted to go that route because I figured moss would be the easier thing. And I go to Jason, and Jason's been working with me and helping me in a lot of ways, seriously. And he's like, yeah, go for it, do your thing. And it was kind of like the teacher thing to do. He just let me do my thing. But knowingly, I mean, he knows already that it was probably I was going to have very high failure rate. I was pretty much 100% failure rate. But it's important to go through those experiences and stuff. Mosses are really hard to clean all of the bacteria and stuff off of them. It can be very difficult. Literally, like stem plant and meristem stem plant cultures is easier than the moss by far. And he tells me that afterwards. He's like, yeah, I don't even touch mosses. Jason told me that. I was like, thank you. Thank you for the experience. So now I'm moving on. I'm waiting from the mosses right now, and I'm going to focus on Rotella, the family of Rotellas. I have Rotella indica, Rotella colorata, and Rotella rotundifolia, and I'm going to be playing with those right now. I'm starting with rotundifolia, and I'm going to culture that first. It's according to Jason, it's a little bit more aggressive and grows a little faster in culture in vitro. So you get a little bit more instant gratification kind of in the science of it and in the testing process. I'll get a little bit more faster results. It'd be in the beginning, I like that idea because it helped me keep me from getting too discouraged, as well. I think that's part of it. That's why I wanted to do mosses. I was hoping for that with mosses, and I learned that no, stay away from mosses in the beginning. Stay away from mosses, period, unless you have a lot of time and a lot of time. We'll see. We'll get down the line. I'll get better at it, and maybe we'll get into some mosses down the line, some bryophytes or whatever, some epiphytes or whatever. Anyways, John Gallagher, how are you? Good to see you here. Fortnite Woody, how are you? Good to see you here as well. Carla Molenkamp, how are you? Happy Sunday to you as well. Yes, mosses are difficult to keep clean for sure as well. Yeah, so now I'm going to play with some Rotellas. We're going to slowly work through some Rotella, some different species and variants of Rotella and stuff like that. So that's my next plan. I feel like I'm kind of in school right now for it. I feel like I'm just taking my time, but taking my time, trying to pace myself and do one thing at a time, not trying to get carried away as well. I don't want to just push and not watch for, I don't know. Too much failure rate is going to discourage you. You're not going to want to do it. So I got to kind of do it, be as clean as possible so that I have a little bit of success rate to keep me wanting to do it. I realize that could happen to somebody. If you keep having failure with like it, you're just going to be like, forget this. And that can happen in fish keeping. I feel like as I ramble on here and tangent on here, I feel like that's something important to keep in mind too. And I think that that's kind of our responsibility and goal here for us that make in the chat here that make content, as well as by sharing the knowledge with the next generation of content or of fish keepers. We can help control that failure rate in the hobby, which is going to keep more people in the hobby. And I believe that. So I feel like that is one of the responsibilities that we have, or we can take on, by being content creators and influencers on this platform and other platforms on the internet and in the world, is by educating with good, positive, solid, the right information to the best of our knowledge, and trying to help the younger people from that failure rate of just being like, screw fish keeping. This is too hard, right? Screw planted tanks. All my plants just keep melting. Forget this stuff, and then you drive down the street, and you see the tank on the side of on the curb. Alrighty. She's chopping. As my stomach is kind of like churning and growling a little bit, I'm gonna nurse my coffee to just take care of my appetite. Bob Kaler, how are you? I was chatting about, I mentioned you. I went through all of my patrons and all of my members, and I was thanking everybody. It's good to see you here as well. I want to thank you for all your support. Thank you for being one of my members. I just want to give a little bit of appreciation today and just keep it chill and simple and just hang out with you guys and just like kind of try to keep up with the chat, not get carried away too far off any kind of a tangent. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of the people out there that really do motivate me and support me, even the people that are not members or are not even my moderators or not Patreons. I don't drop a penny or a dollar or a dime or anything. I appreciate there's other people as well that have come to me and given me motivations and even a little kick in the butt to create content or to do things a little bit differently, because they care. And I appreciate the fact that some of you guys care and that some people have taken the time to share with me your knowledge or your advice or your wisdom, and I do appreciate that as well. I appreciate you guys, all the people out there, all the fish keeping friends that I have made over the years. Let's see, we have Gnarly Fish Tanks. How are you? Good to see you here. Happy Sunday to you. I think I said hi to Danikin Aquatics. I did. And he's just made it where was that on here? I'm so spacey. Anyways, what do we got going on here? Is this working out? Oh, yeah, everything's moving. I'm just trying to make sure that all of my notifications on all my screens are working out probably. Let's see what's going on here. Views, input, questions are free. Exactly. And just as important, right? I can take everything with a grain of salt. I'm not going to get offended too easily. Anyways, but yeah, I want to have some more fun with the news. I like doing it once a month because I feel like I can take a little bit more time with it. Like right now, I can start working on the August news now, and you guys will all start working on making content here in August, and then they'll give me things to put in the news. It's all a nice full circle. I love it. Okay. So yeah, I think Amber's doing something fun with curry. We have an awesome supply of fresh vegetables from the garden. She killed it last night. Okay, so my mom, growing up, my mother used to do green beans, and she would do them with like garlic and onions, cook down some olive oil, cook down some garlic and olive oil and some bacon, and let that render the bacon fat, and let the bacon kind of cut up into little pieces, be a little like bacon bits of bacon and onion and garlic, and she would saute up, cook up a whole batch of like green beans in that. And I remember growing up with that. Was one of my favorite things that was like actually healthy and vegetables that I love that my mom made. And I had mentioned that to Amber, but of course we didn't. I don't know why there wasn't bacon. I didn't want bacon, and I wasn't expecting that anyways. Amber makes all kinds of cool stuff. But my point that I'm trying to get at is, so we had this awesome green beans last night, and I swear whatever she did, her combination of oyster sauces and soy sauces, and I don't know what she did, she cooked up and rendered up these mushrooms with some stuff. The mushrooms tasted like bacon bits. Like literally, there was so much flavor in these mushrooms. I would have thought they were meat, like pieces of salty little pieces of bacon. So it was awesome. We were like cleaning up the kitchen, and I'm in the just cleaning up the leftovers out of the pan. That's how good it was. I literally had my finger in there, like getting all the little pieces of of mushroom out of the pan, as if it were pieces of bacon that I would not let go to waste. It was. I was like, yeah, she did a good job last night. As always, I've had to go start walking in the mornings because she's been making so many awesome meals, and cooking so much good stuff and healthy too. But just I've had to start making sure that I balance it out with some, some exercise and a good walk in the morning to balance it out because otherwise I'm working on the computer or we're working in the house, but it's not burning that many calories. Okay. Everything's better with bacon. Yes, sir. I would have to say another line that I like, and it was actually said in a movie. I won't get into the movie, but it's a line from a movie, and I love it. It's one of my favorite lines. Nothing burps better than bacon. Now, obviously, that's not going to go over very well with the vegetarians here in the chat, but I eat meat and I like bacon, and I say nothing burps better than bacon. Amber knows. Amber could probably tell you in the chat what my favorite part of breakfast is. I have like I'm one of them. I have a ritual, almost. There's my favorite part of breakfast, and I know Amber knows what it is, but there's nothing better. I like to save, like, I always save like a crispy piece of, I like my bacon kind of crispy, and I always save like a nice little piece of these half of bacon to like the end of my plate. It's like my little piece of dessert, and I like my coffee freaking hot because I grew up with espresso, and I just grew up with that was always like, you were a wuss if you didn't like shoot your espresso back when it was scalding hot, because that was just like the tough Italian man thing to do. It's got to be sucked down in the first 30 seconds or something. So I like my coffee hot. I have no problem with that. I actually prefer it like really hot. So my favorite thing in the morning is the end of breakfast, when I'm just literally like crispy little piece of bacon and washing those little pieces of bacon bit and just like getting them out of my teeth and just washing them down with a nice hot cup of coffee. It's a nice special little moment in my day. It's the simple things in life. I think it's the simple things in life. Okay, now that we're talking about bacon, I'm even hungrier. More hungry. Something like that. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. Okay. So yeah, she's doing something with curry with the green beans. Back to where we were back as I'm tangenting off. The green beans tonight. She's gonna do something kind of curry like, and then we've also got some baby squash going into that, and there was something else. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, that we had the opportunity. Like, neighbor hooked me up with plants last night, and I was like, well, if you ever want any vegetables, and so today we hung a bag of vegetables on the fence for the neighbor, kind of doing the like I said. Observing the social distancing, but still kind of doing a little neighborhood bartering and sharing. I'm lucky to have a fish nerd as a neighbor. Really cool. So yeah, I know I mentioned it already before, but yeah, I got some Cerogen rippins because he was cleaning out some stuff and making some room in his tanks, and he was like, "Do you want some of this?" Via email. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I got some Sturgeon rippins. I got this giant hairgrass, which is something I've never owned, a species I've never had before. And then what was the other thing? I don't know why. Oh, right. I keep forgetting. It's like a dwarf sage. It was a little long. It may have been true dwarf sage. And I have something else that's even smaller that I've been calling dwarf sage. I don't know. It's long for what I would consider dwarf sagittaria, but I'll ask him too. I'll ask him what it for sure it is specifically. What is, anyways. Let's see. So cooking community fish. Community fish with bacon with JH daily news. Oh, you know what we need to do? That's another thing we talked about doing and didn't even happen in the month of July, and we wanted to do it. I think it's figure out the right time of day to do it, and we do have to plan it out like a week or two ahead of time because I want people to show up. But I would like to do. I don't want to just do it for members. We might test it out once or something, or test it out first with members, and maybe do that sporadically for members. But it'd be really nice to do like a cooking. Well, we want to do a breakfast thing, that's for sure. It'd be like do a morning coffee thing. I like how Guppy Guru has it more of like a morning coffee kind of thing, and but we like to do like a morning stream. But we also like to do like cooking with Amber because Amber, she does kill it in the kitchen. I mean, I can say that because I'm not her. She kills it in the kitchen. I get to eat the food. She kills it in the kitchen. So I would love to like have some fun with that. Were we keeping it fishy? I mean, the kitchen's right next to one of our larger fish rooms, being the living room. So I can go back and forth while she's manning the oven, manning the stovetop. I can go back and forth with the camera. We can look at fish. We can check out some different things. We can do some like Q&A. And maybe we can see how much we can distract Amber while she tries to cook. That could be fun. That could be fun. It's always fun to annoy Amber. Oh, let's see. Squash, green beans, Oh, the Japanese. That's what it was. It's not baby eggplant. It's this Japanese eggplant. And I'm not going to talk about that Japanese eggplant. I'll let you go Google it and see what it looks like. I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyways, and then this other one, shishito peppers, which I look forward to those. I don't think I've had those yet. And then yeah, she got some fresh bought Thai basil from the front yard, which smelled awesome when she was picking it. Okay, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm ready for dinner. So what's up? So is Blake's Aquatics? Are you going next? I don't know if King and Queen Cichlids, they're not doing their thing tonight. It's going to be Blake's Aquatics coming up next. Is that correct? I just want to make sure of that because it's 6:00 now, right? Am I right? Somebody, I'm holding out for someone in the chat to let me know because we are at 6:00. I don't want to be stepping on whoever's time it is here at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it is Blake. He's been doing that. At least they've been switching it up. I did not look at the FishTuber notification page there on Facebook, but I know I got a little bit of a delay, but I'm just trying to watch the chat. Yes, Blake is up next. So definitely, you guys, I'm not too worried about doing a raid kind of thing because that's not necessary. But definitely go over to his channel. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying it that way because I just don't think I'm not worried about doing that. It has nothing to do with anything else. But definitely everybody go over to his channel after this and just go enjoy his awesome content. I don't know exactly what he had planned. I didn't see the thumbnail, but I've been enjoying some of his content that is definitely very engaging. I've been enjoying when we go over like the top fish, and everybody gets to rate that. That is one of I love content like that. When I see people doing stuff like that here on the platform, and it's like something new and different. So awesome. Like I really appreciate that. That's fun. And I've said before, it has caused more than one argument. We won't call it a fight, just to be nice about it, but it's caused more than one argument or discussion or debate in this house in regards to fish as people go back and forth and in the chat, and as me and Amber and I go back and forth in person, which is dangerous. At least there's room in this house. There's dither in this house for the two of us, thankfully. But yes, going on over different fish and which fishes should be where on the list, which makes for good content. To me, I think that means that it's good stuff and it works. So as I'm going on, and I'm stepping on his time right now. And he's trying to stream. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys make your way over to Blake's Aquatics down there in Australia. I'm down under. Go over, check out his stuff tonight. And everybody else that's coming up later on this evening. There's a whole lineup. And if you don't know what's going on, definitely check it out on the FishTuber notification page over there on Facebook, which Mr. B puts a lot of work into that. And once again, thank you to all of my Patreons. Thank you to all of my members out there. I appreciate all of your support and all the ways that you guys show it and offer it. Appreciate all of my moderators that do all the awesome stuff in the chat to keep things going. William Jansen, everybody else, thank you so much. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy this week coming up in the month of August. And remember, guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.